Flosstube, it's Jen from Jen's Stitching Niche. I'm back for an update video. Actually, I'm not doing much of an update today. I'm going to share some of my stitching for 24 hours of cross stitch. So today is April 25th. Yesterday was the start of the 24 hours of cross stitch. I think it's the 7th edition. I stitched some last night, and I'm planning on starting as soon as I finish this video to continue my 24 hours. And I'll tell you what my plans are for 24 hours. But let me give you an update on some of the things that I have done since last week. I have no finishes, but I have done quite a bit of stitching on thistle stitches. So this is Jeanette Douglas. I'm stitching it using the silk pack that you could purchase, and I'm stitching it on the called for, which is, I think, is it lilac? Yeah, 32 count lilac. So I want you to look how pretty it is and see if you can find the big mistake. The big mistake is right there. It is in the wrong place. I was talking to my sister Bridget last night on the phone and started this, and I lined it up with this band, and I was supposed to line it up with this band. So that all is supposed to be right there. So I will be tearing that out today. But that's a lot of progress since last weekend. I added the 4 thistles in the corner, in the center part. I did that border around it. And then I started on the border, this next border here, and then made a mistake. But I'll get it corrected. So that's what I've worked on a lot this week. It's been a busy week for school and for my shop. So I haven't had as much stitching time as normal, but I still got some stitching done. Some of my progress well, let me show you this one first. So on Fridays, I do a stitch along with Lori from Mischievous Stitches. We are working on Birds of a Feather. We started this stitch along 2 years ago, May, and I really have not done very much. Well, Lori contacted me and said, hey, you want to start doing some stitching on that on Fridays, and maybe we can get some work done. So that's what we've been doing. I think this was our 3rd weekend. So that's my progress. I filled in this lollipop and added these 3 letters, or 2 letters. I have a counting problem today. So a little bit of progress. I think Lori and I are almost at the same point. So that's good. We can knock this thing out. You know, that's not going to take us long at all, is it? We'll see. All right, so that's kind of main focus pieces. I've also done some stitching from last weekend. I pull 7 items and work on them over the weekend. One of those was Spring in Baltimore, and I still just think this is a beautiful piece. It's so pretty. The colors are gorgeous, and I got quite a bit done. Last week when I showed this, I had this top one and a little bit over here, and I'm working on this one now. So I got those flowers done. Isn't that beautiful? The colors are so soft. I think this is a 40 count. I'm not sure, maybe antique white or cream or something. It's just a light color. It's beautiful though. Okay, so I stitched on that last weekend, and I did stitch on that yesterday during my first round of 24 hours of cross stitch. Okay, what else have I worked on? Oh, I got this one out. This one, I don't know if you can get it anymore, but it's the Sampler of the Season series. I've stitched 3 of these 4. This is the last one, and I thought I had more of this done. When I pulled it out, that's all I have. I just had this part here done, and then last night I added this flower. So that's not a lot. That's just right here and right here, and I'm come down a little ways. But this is a cute one. I don't know why I haven't worked on this more. Okay, let's see. Do y'all want to see what this mess is? What I've done. It's 24 hours of cross stitch, and I am sick of work. Sick of school. My students are driving me nuts. And we just had a conference call with our department, our school, about what we're going to have to do for the next 4 months, and it's a little stressful for all of us. So I'm like, done. I'm going to do 24 hours of cross stitch. So I've told my husband, I said, the madness is going to commence. I'm bringing all of my whips down and I'm going to sit right there. That's my stitching spot. You can see my lamp. My television's right over there. I said, and I'm just going to sit there and I'm cross stitching all weekend. So these are all my whips. You see that? You see that? That's the crazy that I'm going to be doing this weekend. I'm going to stitch on whatever I want, however long I want. So that's okay. All right, so one other thing I'm going to show you is some purchases that I've made, because I've been a little crazy. I'll admit it, I've been a little nuts on Etsy and online shopping. So first of all, I got this from Leslie, Fat Cat Flossing. She showed it on one of her last videos, and I'm like, I want that. I love those mason jars. And I got it in the mail, and it's so cute. I was hoping there'd be a kitten inside. There wasn't. No kitten. Her cats are so cute. So now that I've shown it, I'm going to put a project in it. And then, who was it that was showing them? It may be Brenda and Laura from Brenda. What are they? They're Sampler Stitcher and the Serial Starter. These little things. So they were showing some from 2 different sellers, and I ordered some from both of those sellers. Let's see. They're everywhere. I'll show you the ones that I got. These are from Socks from Mom. So I got this one. And I have another one that has a Tudor rose, but I put it on one of my projects and it's gone. I don't know. And then she sent me 2 extras. So that one. And this one. Isn't that cute? Thank you. Thank you. So this is Socks for Mom. Isn't that cute? That's her information. She's on Etsy. Rebecca Wilder. So cute. And then I also ordered from Samplings of Memories, which is LaDonna Snellbaker. And I haven't even taken these out of the package. They're just beautiful. So that's a little bird in a nest. If you know me, I love all kinds of animals. Believe me, it's a bird in a nest. And then here's a bird on a birdhouse. Love that. And then I love rabbits. And I also love pigs. A lot of people don't know that, but I do. I started collecting pigs a little bit when I was younger. My best friend in high school gave me a piggy bank, and it's one of my favorite piggy banks. And then I've got pigs in my kitchen and stuff like that. But so I ordered me a little, I guess that's more of a hog than a pig, but so cute. All right, so that's been my purchases. I think I've ordered some other things. Oh, I did. I ordered a whole bunch of project bags one morning. I got up and, you know, you don't even have to get out of bed. You can get on your Etsy app and just spend all of your money. So I did that. But I don't think I'll get those in until like middle of May. I'll survive. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you what my 24 hours of cross stitch is going to look like. Because I'm not going to stay up all day and all night because I'm tired already. And that's just going to make things worse for me. So what I'm doing is I want to stitch an hour on 24 different projects over the course of the weekend. That's my plan. So I purchased the 24 hours of cross stitch planner that Jen Lee made at the beginning of the year, and I put it in this really pretty notebook. And I'm taking the 24 hours of cross stitch just for fun page that she has, and it's set up where you're supposed to list 24 stitching snacks. So instead, I'm going to just list my projects and just make sure that I list 24 different ones, and I set my timer and I stitch on each one for an hour. So if I can fill this list, I know I've done 24 hours of cross stitch. So exciting. I love organization. So that's my plan. I will give you an update on the next video to tell you if I've actually met my objective or not. But I've got all of my whips here, and that's how I'm going to do my selection. I'm just going to randomly pull project bags out of these 2 boxes and stitch on whatever's in the bag. So exciting, so crazy. For the last bit of my video, there's 2 more parts that I'm going to show. Next, I'm going to do a stash dive. So I'm going to go back up to my craft room to do that. And then the other thing is, some people asked about the game Pandemic that I talked about in my last video. So I recruited all my boys to explain that. So there's about a 6-7 minute clip that I'm going to put on the very end. That's going to be the guys telling you about Pandemic. And they're kind of, gamers, so it's, some detail there. But if you aren't interested, then when my stash dive is over, then you can skip that. Also, at the end of my stash dive, I'll announce who the winner is for my last giveaway. Okay? See you later. Okay, so this clip, I'm going to announce the winner of my giveaway from last weekend, April 18th. And the winner is Betsy Brown. I commented on your comment, and if you can just email me your mailing information, then I will get this out to you. She won the Very Merry Santa kit from Lizzie Kate. It is really, really cute, really fun. I finished it, showed it on my last video. Her comment was about her favorite. I asked the question about what's your favorite spring fruit or what's your favorite jelly. Most people talked about jelly / jams. And she mentioned that hers was blackberry jam, no seeds. And then she told a little story about her family and why that, jam makes her happy. And that's one of the things that was common in a lot of your comments, is that you told me what your favorite was, but then you told me a memory that's associated with it. Now I'm going to get my professor, hat on and talk about that a little bit. I taught a class with a nutrition faculty last fall and in the previous fall for the Honors College. It's called Feeding Your Body and Soul. And so the class focuses on kind of the holistic food approach, where we're looking at how food influences you not only physiologically, but also psychologically. And it's always a fun class to teach. It gets really philosophical, but one of the first activities that we have the students do is about food memory. So we make them kind of write up about their first food memory, and then we spend time in class with them talking. And sometimes it can get emotional. It's very interesting because food and taste and smell are very much associated with our kind of what we say, consolidating our understanding and our memory. So it was always a fun class to teach, and it was interesting to me that people kind of went along that path in answering that question. I have the same thing. Jelly reminds me of my grandmother, because we would get together at her house every spring, summer, and make jelly. Lots and lots and lots of jelly. So every time I'm cooking the jelly, I say it almost every time. I'm like, oh, this smells like Grandma's house, because that's what her house would smell like when you get that jelly cooking and everything. So yes, food is very much associated with our memories and our emotion. All right, I'll quit being so academic. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to prep my area so I can do a very short stash dive. Everyone seemed to enjoy that. So let me pull one of my boxes, and we're going to look at my stash, or a part of my stash. All right, as I described in my last video, I have all of my charts organized in these boxes that you can get at the craft stores and Tuesday Morning, those types of places. And I have organized them in multiple ways. So each box is like, oh, I don't remember how I organized this. Apparently this one has to do with summer and gardening things. It seems to be the trend in this. So we're going to look at what I've got in this box, or some of the things. We're not going through all of them. So in this box, I have several drawn thread. I was fortunate enough to respond to a Facebook marketplace post one time where a lady was selling a bunch of her cross-stitch patterns, and I got a ton of cross-stitch patterns. So some of these are from that. So this is drawn thread. It is the Wayward Garden. It's very girly, delicate, very pretty. Here's the one that I've seen several cross stitchers, floss tubers. It's called the Perennial Border. And it's got all the little flowers around that square, that white work square. It's so pretty. A few more drawn thread. This is 3 Friends. So it's a little needle book and you've got 3 little birds. Those are the 3 friends. I think that's so cute. And the Treasure Box by Drawn Thread. So, and this actually has the silks with it. So, this is one that I really, really want to do. I bought this at Market, I think before I opened my shop, when I went with Teresa, before she closed her original shop. It's the Ackwork Variations Needle Pocket and Thimble Shoe and 2 scissor cases, fobs, and pinky. So it's from Needle Made Designs. And so it's this little set of sewing accessories. And I've got the cedar plank, which is what this is. No, this is stitched on Lakeside Linen Vintage Green Slate. I've got some cedar plank that's really close to this color. And it's all stitched in Wind Whistle Cottage from the Threads Gatherer. And I've got the silks for that. So I have the materials, I just haven't started it. Ooh, y'all remember that one? I've showed this before. Crosswing Collection, Belted Kingfisher. He is so cute. Now, I picked this up at Katrina's retreat. This is one of those counted, what is it? It's not cross stitch, it's canvas work. And I've got the canvas. I just haven't been brave enough to start it. Bluebirds of Happiness from Regional Quilt Series. This is from Nancy's Needle. So maybe. This I got at, what's its name? Patches and Stitches in Huntsville, Alabama. It is the Little House Needleworks. It's some of their freebies and then a few extras. So you get the little checkerboard series for the seasons and then some just little, they were freebies at one point. But those are all so cute. Here's another drawn thread. There's No Place Like Home. Did y'all hear that? Sally's joining us, but I've bored her already, so you'll hear her snore. This is what my last video, did y'all hear that? All night, every night. So, all right, this is There's No Place Like Home. I love seasonal things, so this is right up my alley. This is one of the trees from Alessandra Adelaide. I picked this up when I was a stitchy weekend with Kathleen and Nicole and Marlene. We saw this at Shepherd's Needle, and it was so pretty. I think we all got that chart. Kathleen's already started it, I believe. She may have finished it. I haven't started it yet. So pretty. At Shepherd's Needle, they stitched several different ones, so it's almost like themed for different seasons. That's what really got me. This is Homespun Elegance, Purely Sampler Alphabet Pillow. Ray, one of my stitchy friends that I met at Katrina's retreat, finished this one of our get-togethers, and I'm like, I need to do that. So this is on loan from her. I got to get this done so I can get this back to her. But isn't that pretty? And it's not a small pillow. I mean, it was a pretty good-sized pillow. There's the label for that linen. I don't know where my linen is. Here's another Homespun Elegance Plain and Fancy collection. There is a season. So again, the seasonal. So each little animal in the corner represents the different seasons. So you've got a bunny for spring, a squirrel for autumn, the bird for summer, and the reindeer for fall, for winter. That's my interpretation. Another seasons. This is, I'm not going to pronounce it, but the flowers are different seasonal flowers. So you've got some berries for spring, the sunflowers, the daisies, and then kind of the, is that holly or kind of Christmassy over here. Now this is another thing that I want to do. Mana Di Donna does these little sewing boxes. So you stitch everything and then you have the instructions plus the little handle. This is beautiful. I saw it at market and I want to finish this. Gorgeous. I want to put this over here. That may be my start that I'm not supposed to start this year. An Old Prairie Schooler Still Life. This is book 41. My sister got this at an estate sale for me. So pretty. Farmer's Almanac, book 144. Not sure where that one came from. Farmer's Alphabet. This is book 76. I think this one's been re-released. Spring Samplers. Book 60. This one has been re-released. Ooh, this one's pretty. Holiday Harvest. Book 37. Isn't that beautiful? And then Doorstops. Book 21. I want to do that pineapple. Look at that big berry bowl. Those are cute. All right. I have a bag in here, all organized. So these are, let's see what I've got in here. These are some of the berries from Erica Michaels. So I've got the honey berry, the silk version. And I've got the scary berry, the linen, and the silk version. And then I also have this. It's the Four Seasons. It's a silk. And I picked this one out for, I got this when I was with Marlene and Kathleen and Nicole as well. And then I have fabric in there, and I do not know. Oh, this is for the linen scary berry. Because I do have one linen berry in there. That's going to be pretty and tiny. Have y'all seen these before? These are Not Forgotten Farm. They have these books for summer and autumn, and it's got multiple projects in it. I don't know if I have these in my shop, but it's not just cross stitch. Some of them are cross stitch, but then it's other like wool felt applique, rug hooking. Let me show you this one. Oops. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's on the cover. I already showed you that. Little rug hooked rug to put on your chair. Wool applique. You're actually supposed to look at it this way. Punch needle. So this is the autumn. And then she's got a summer one as well. And these banners are, there's one for autumn and one for summer. So cute. Okay, let's see. We're getting close to time. Bought this when we were at, no, I ordered this on eBay. Threadwork Primitives, the strawberry punch needle. It's so cute. So you punch that and make it into a little needle book. I got it off of her Etsy shop, I believe. Okay, let me show you this. And maybe somebody can help me. This is Knotted Tree. And they had a series of these samplers. So I have the summer, the fall, and the winter. And I stitched the winter for Teresa for our last exchange, but I can't find the spring. So if anybody knows where I can get the spring one, let me know. Because I like to have a complete set. Because I'm a nerd that way. This is a little mystery from Lizzie Kate. It was a little mystery. You had several parts to it. I got the charts at a shop in Nashville, I believe. So there's let me get these, part 1, part 2, and part 3. And so that's what it looks like. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift. And then I ordered the finishing kit all the little finishes from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. So I've got that all ready to kit up, ready to start. Let's see. Got some of the Lizzie Kate strings, Buzzy string and Spring string. And then I think these are all, you can still get these through 1, 2, 3 Stitch. I'm almost at the bottom. I'm just going to finish this out. How's that sound? Let's see. Live Within Your Harvest. Nell from Little Yellow House Crafts. If you decide to start this one for Mania, let me know and I'll start it. I'll put it in my Mania plans too. Or Liberty Dwells. Where Liberty Dwells. This is mine favorite of the two. I like this one, but I'll stitch either one. Rabbit Patch. That's so cute. People have shown the finishes where they had the fabric. Oh, that is adorable. All right, just 3 more. This is from Lila's Studio, Bee Sampler. I think those little Quaker motifs with the bees in it are so cute. I'm thinking of doing like 1 or 2 of them and make a needle book instead of doing all of them. In the Forest, those are some special rabbits. I got this at Stitchville in their clearance area. I think that's cute. And then the last one, Sunflower Manor from Hands On Design. So cute. I think that's everything. Oh, the last thing that's in here is this series from Sam Sarah. So I did the vegetables and this is the fruit series. So you stitch all the little fruits in the little sampler, and then she also has where you can make these 3-dimensional ones. So there's the line, the berry, the pear, the kiwi, apple, and melon. All right, so that's my vegetable garden summer box full of stuff. So I showed you pretty much everything in there. I think that is pretty much it for the video. So after this, I'm going to plug the end. At the end of this video, I'm going to plug the little clip from my sons and husband talking about what Pandemic is, the game. If you're not interested, just skip over it. I will give you an update next week about my 24 hours of cross stitch, and I may, if I have time, I may do a video midweek about Mania plans. If not, I'll just do it on Friday, because what is it? Today is the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Friday will be the first day of Mania. I'll just wait and do it on Friday. Okay. All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. Stay safe. I know people are starting to open up. Our state has relaxed the restrictions and people were out like crazy. I went to the post office this morning. Usually I'm the only one there. There were a lot of people. So hopefully things will be okay. Enjoy your week and I will see you soon. Bye. Okay, so I had a couple of people ask me on my last video what Pandemic was, so I figured I would get the ones that know more about it. I just show up and play, but these are the gamers in the family, so I'm going to let them explain what it is and why they like it. So, who wants to start?
Well, I can start with me.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm the youngest. One of the main objectives, the one we're playing is actually Season 2. There is a one before it, Pandemic's Legacy Season 1. The main objective of the game is you get 12 months out of the year and you're able to play through these months with certain objectives that are listed above the board. There is a virus that is spreading around the world and your job is to fix it. Either cure it or just stop it or complete your objectives. Most of the time, you will not succeed. That's a trend. But you will still get stuff out of it. Like a lot of times, we'll get to a point where we're like, yeah, we're not going to succeed, but we can still get stuff done so that we can get another try. Because the way it works, I'm not sure if it's the same for the first one. I can't remember, but at least for the Season 2, where we get the first try of the month, And if we fail that, we get a second try. But if you succeed on the first try, you immediately go into the next month.
So if you're really good, you could complete it in 6 games.
Yeah, 12 games, yeah.
12 games. Yeah, because I can't count. Sorry. So, okay, what else?
What's your favorite parts of the game, Patrick?
Well, one of the things I like about it is when you play it, especially at night, you can kind of feel a little bit of the bleak apocalypse type of feeling that you get with something like John Carpenter's The Thing or Prince of Darkness.
Yeah. So each one of us has a different role, different expertise. And so Patrick is our, what do you call what's your character?
He's that's the new one. I'm the laborer. Like I can build the supply centers with with like just one fewer supply card. Now the sanitation officer who can discard 2-player cards to take a city or produce supplies from the player discard pile.
Yeah, so he's like our hard worker. We are always like, Patrick, you need to go do this and you need to do this. So we kind of boss him around. But if we didn't have his character, we probably wouldn't have won as many times as we've had. Nicholas is our supply guru. So he's always...
I'm the radio operator, and I'm also the self-appointed security officer, as I'm always the one... he's always wanting to get the objectives done, do all the searches, get all that stuff done because he's so curious. I'm like, all right, Jacksonville or Atlanta is about to fall. We got to take care of that first so we don't immediately fail.
Yeah. So, and what's funny, Hobby loves, one of the things that you have to do, so this is what's fun about the game, is it's not like normal games. You get stickers, and as you win or lose, you adjust the game. So, like, you have a map. We have to cover this up because our cat comes in here and knocks things off. But we have a map, and as you meet objectives, you get to add stickers to open up different parts of the map. And you also...
we can't access all of them yet until we get certain objectives done.
Yeah. And then you have little scratchy things, so you can scratch off cards, and that's what Hobby likes to do. He likes to get those cards scratched off. So we have to keep reminding him we've got 6 more months to go, and we're gonna have to do some scratchy stuff then. So
not at this point. What are we at our last 2 months?
We got 2 months left.
At most, we got 4 games.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the standard Pandemic is like any other game. You play it, and when you're done, you put the pieces back in the box, and you're done. Any kind of legacy game is a game where you're going to alter the board. You're going to tear up cards, scratch off stuff on a card. It's going to evolve and change over the course of time as you're playing it. So anytime you see legacy, whatever game it is, that means it's a game that's going to change.
Okay, but I just wanted to, first I wanted to introduce you to my boys because they're so pretty, and then give you some information on Pandemic. See you later. Bye. You want to wave?